Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack. Man, we at it. Man, we here to talk about, man, this a reaction video to DJ Akademiks trying to groom a 15-year-old boy. Can you dig it? And I think that's just a little bit nasty. But hey, man, what we gonna do is we're gonna sit here, man. We're gonna wait for people to get in the room, and we're gonna just break it down, man. Because DJ Akademiks is always talking about everybody else in their business, the freak mill stuff, the P Diddy stuff. But now it's his turn to get that heat, y'all. So come on and step up in the room. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let's have a nice conversation. Can you dig it? Hope everybody having a good day. Okay, who we got in here today, man? Top of the morning, top of the afternoon, man. Out here in Las Vegas, we're gonna get into this DJ Akademiks trying to sex play that 15-year-old boy on the internet, because that was some foul stuff. Can you dig it? So if you're in the room, go ahead and share that live, and let me know where you from, please. We got 4 people in here. We're gonna get started, man. Ain't even no sense in playing. How's everybody doing today, man? First of all, I'd like to thank all my loyal subscribers, man. They've been tapping in with your boy. And the content is, getting better as we go. But man, I really want to take the time to talk to y'all about this DJ Akademiks trying to groom this 15-year-old boy on the internet. Now, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but if you guys saw that video, man, why don't y'all throw me like a thumbs up in the comments, so I could, make sure that I got a few people here that actually know what I'm speaking about before I start breaking it down. You know what I mean? So let me know where everybody's from, man. And we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. You can bet that. Ooh. We from Las Vegas. Who else is in here? Who we got in here? Who else do we have up in here today? So yeah, your boy, yesterday, if you guys didn't watch the video, DJ Akademiks, we all know that he's somebody, man, who is what we call a late bloomer. We all know DJ Akademiks is the type, he ain't never had a woman in his life before he, made some money on YouTube. We all know that DJ Akademiks, couldn't pay for a woman. So it really surprised me with DJ Akademiks to be sitting up on a live Discord with a 15-year-old boy, sex playing him, trying to groom him. So, I mean, let's really break that down. And in this case, a DJ Akademiks, hey, man, the 15-year-old boy was smarter than the grown man, because I don't know if y'all heard it, but he seemed real thirsty when he was trying to get at him. Let's get it started. DJ Akademiks is telling this man, hey, I want to, how about we send some strippers to your house? And the boy just replied, he's like, you know what? I'm only 15 years old. Don't you know that we can get somebody in trouble? And I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble, but I'm only 15 years old. Why you trying to send strippers to my house? And DJ Akademiks, man, being a grown man and talking to a young 15-year-old boy, come on now, we talking about a boy. This dude don't even look like he's 15. And you're playing games with him. You're telling this man that you're asking this man if he would like to have sex with other men. Number one. You're asking him this. You're asking, DJ Akademiks is asking this 15-year-old boy that if he was a woman, would he like to get pregnant by this other man, who's going to remain nameless. Now, that one in itself, God, I don't know about y'all, but that's kind of freaky to me. You know what I mean? Like, what type of grown man gets up on social media on a platform in front of everybody? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, check. Yeah. What you ain't from the 6 O's? Definitely. Oh no, now check this out. You ain't from the 6 O's. This is what happened. So he gets on the Discord with the 15-year-old. He's telling the 15-year-old, he said, hey, how about I send some strippers to your house? And he's like, what? Man, I'm only 15 years old. Don't you know you could get in trouble for this? And we could get people in trouble. He's telling them, and he was asking. See, first he asked him, he said, would you have sex? And I'm not gonna mention the dude's name because I don't want no beef. It don't matter what the name is. First, that's what he asked him first, Then he said, he was like, get pregnant. I'm not a girl. He said, so if you were a girl, would you like to get effed by such and such and get pregnant by him? And this 15-year-old is like, what? Of course I wouldn't want to do that. He said, I would like to meet him. He's like a mentor to me. I would like him to show me how to do some things, but like what you talking about is weird. And DJ Akademiks, man, he still couldn't even leave it alone. That's the cold part. DJ Akademiks couldn't even leave that alone. He kept saying, well, all rappers, they like to bust down females. Don't you want to bust down some females? Guys, let me tell you something, man. That is some straight up predator sexual behavior. See, DJ Akademiks was probably one of them dudes, you could look at him and tell he couldn't get a girl in high school. You don't never see him with a woman now unless he's putting his hands on a woman. You dig what I'm saying? He has no women coming into his life. And any grown man, guys, I'm 48 years old. I'm not going to be on a Discord and having private conversation with a 15-year-old boy about his intimate life and trying to get him to have strippers at his house, asking him, I don't know about y'all, man, but you ain't from the 6-0s. Let me ask you this. You ain't from the 6-0s. Because I know you probably an alpha grown man. If a man came up and asked you, hey, if you was a woman, would you let such and such F you and get you pregnant? How would you respond to that? You ain't from the 6-0s. I really want to know. I believe in the audience, man, just tapping in with the whole story. Like, how you feel about that, bro? How do you feel about that? And in the meanwhile, while we wait for him to answer, so he had a whole lot of predatory questions. Because, man, when you're dealing with these sex offenders, guys, let me see. Thank you. You dig what I'm saying? That's not flying. And see, and I'm not, and here's the disclaimer. I'm never trying to talk to nobody like they less than or they not smart or anything like that. I just ask questions. I like participation because we keep it real over here, man. That's why it's called keeping it a stack with Coach One Stack. So the thing is, man, like, I don't know if you watched the video, but he went on to keep asking him all these sexual questions about what he wanted to do, what he didn't want to do. And this is a 15-year-old kid. I could pretty much tell you that if that was my 15-year-old son, man, I'd be on the first thing smoking and be doing something, real major to DJ Akademiks. Because it's awfully funny, man. It ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. So, it's awfully funny how he sits on his social media and he talks about Freak Mill. He talk about, P. Diddy, Mr. Baby Oil, and he got something to say about everybody. And he hides behind that camera, but you over here sex playing a young Caucasian 15-year-old boy live in front of everybody. See, this is the reason why now, man, like if you guys have kids, my kid, mine are grown. Okay. But this is the reason why. What's up, Larry Bird? The pedophilia club. See, let me explain to you guys something about pedophiles. And I want y'all to listen real close. Because if you know my background, you're gonna know where I get this from. When you dealing with pedophiles, people, pedophiles run in packs. That's just like, if you work out, people who work out. If you in the gang, you in the streets, other people in the streets. If you like the low ride, like we like to do on the West Coast, other people that low ride. People travel in packs. So do pedophiles. So let me tell you how pedophiles really, really get down, y'all. I'm gonna tell you how they really, really get down. You might have a pedophile, and their thing is they like they like say infants because they can't talk. Okay, so they do what they do with the infants. Well, now the infant is starting to talk now, but this pedophile, he's not into that. That's not his thing. But he has a friend because they run in packs, and his friend, he liked that. So what they do, they take him and they pass him over to him. Okay. So now pedophile number two has this person who has been getting, assaulted their whole life. Because it's a big thing here, y'all. Like, this is real serious stuff. This is why you got to talk to your kids, and this is why the internet ain't safe. So now you got pedophile number two who's abusing this kid. Who we got on here? Cornelius. Oh man, my New Year's going great. I can say it's going perfect. I can tell you that God is blessing me in abundance with blessings that I can't even hold on to, man. And y'all gonna be having more of me anyway with a lot of lies, because I actually have 4 channels. I got a workout channel, I have a spiritual channel, I have this channel, I also have a reaction channel. But man, y'all gonna love this channel I'm putting together, man. It's all for the ladies, man. We interviewing nothing but women. I'm gonna have some choice men on there. I got a lot of women lined up, and we're gonna talk about that dating scene. But that's something else. But let me get back to the pedophile story. So you got pedophile number two. What we got here? Oh yeah, Shirley, make sure you stay tapped in. For the ladies, I promise you, I got something for the ladies. I'm gonna have interaction and questions, and it ain't gonna be no SCX channel. We're gonna be talking about grown people stuff, grown folk stuff, deep conversation. And so, if you definitely would like to be a part of that, and you want to get interviewed on my platform, man, tap in on my email. Tap in on my email. It's right there. You know, put in their interview, and I like to talk to you and chop it up so I can let you know what we'll be doing, because we'll be doing the interview right here, letting people watch, and we'll put it all together. Uh, hey, and congratulations, Cornelius, on that alcohol too, brother. One day at a time. Everything is one day at a time. So now back to the pedophiles, y'all. You got pedophile number two. He now the child is getting up the age to where they're prepubescent, right? They ain't reached puberty yet, but they getting ready to. Well, he don't like that no more, because he don't like that when their voice start getting deep and they growing hair on their body. So you know what he does? He passed them over to pedophile number three, because he like that. He like them when their voice starting to get deep, or they're getting hair on their body and stuff like that. That's what turned them on. See? So now you got pedophile number three doing his thing. Well, now the kid is getting older to the point to where they big, they strong, they could think for themselves. Well, he don't like that no more, because and she too, because there's a lot of women pedophiles out there, y'all. Don't just think it's men. And so what they do is they take this kid and they pass it over here to pedophile number four, because he like basically grown people. He been abusing people that are adults his entire life. And so what you have is a big old long circle of pedophilia. Can you dig what I'm saying? Definitely, Shirley. Yeah. So you have a bunch of pedophiles. You got a bunch of kids that are getting passed around from point A to point B. Now, here's the thing, man. If y'all don't know my history, if you don't know my background, guys, my background is in law enforcement, some street stuff, some more street stuff, some business. I build businesses. And God, man, I got delivered from a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna tell. So I got a lot of stories to tell y'all about when I was in law enforcement. I'm gonna save that for my private group, because I can't talk about that stuff out in the open. That's gonna be for my paid members to really get them stories to where I can tell the story how I want to and how it happened. Can you understand what I'm saying? But I'm giving y'all this information because this is the stuff that I've seen throughout my career, throughout life, with these pedophiles getting women are pedophiles, teachers getting, yes, they are. Um, and just to go a little further on what Larry Bird is saying, just to go a little further on what Larry Bird is saying, I had a very close friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, who from the 9th grade through the 12th grade, he was tapping the track coach. Now, a lot of us young men, we thinking, oh yeah, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's cool, But in reality, that's some pedophile stuff. So let me give y'all a personal story about me. Because we on here, it's my live. I'm gonna give you a personal story about me. And when we talk about this sex plan stuff, so at age 16, I'm a real skinny dude. These are a lot of stories I would love to tell on my page, but I would have to tell a lot of them in private to actually tell you all the juicy stuff with the story. But at age 16, man, I'm a real skinny dude. I only stand at 5'8". I stand at 5'8". Okay, well, we had a certain particular friend, me and my friends, we used to go over here to this house and with the homegirl and her two friends and play shoot for dare, do a little drinking, be doing everything we shouldn't be doing, trying to get that cookie. Can you dig it? And the thing is, her mom used to let us do these things. Now, her mama was 42 years old. I'm 16. So I know a lot of y'all catching on to this story already. But not to get into too many details, let's just say I asked mama for what I wanted, and mama gave me what I wanted, even though she knew daughter was giving me what I wanted too. So I'm 16, mama 42, and she giving it to me on a regular basis. Now, to go a little further, I done tapped three of the homegirl and their mama before I turned 21 years old. Now, as a younger man, I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. Like my chest is out here. But in reality, that makes me a victim. You understand what I'm saying? I was a victim as well. The stuff is nonstop. So when people always talk about this pedophile stuff, man, and messing with these little kids and grooming, nobody ever thinks about how the boys are groomed by a lot of these women as well. But like I said, this is about DJ Akademiks. I think it took a whole lot of gall, a whole lot of stones to get up here and sex play this dude. And see, the cold part was, here's the cold part. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean no disrespect to people who don't have pictures on their profile, to people who hide behind cameras on interviews. I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm not really into that. I'm into if you gonna throw a rock, man, don't hide behind a bush. Show your face. So the cold part, DJ Akademiks, he don't even have his camera on. So to me, the man probably was sitting back there. He may have been enjoying himself, pleasuring himself, looking at this little boy while he's over here sex playing this 15-year-old. Because I've never seen a 15-year-old really get at a grown man like that. I mean, it's like the 15-year-old was the grown man and the grown man was the 15-year-old. The 15-year-old knew dang well, was like, man, we gonna get in trouble for this. We can't be talking about this. I don't want to F anybody. I don't want to have any kids. I don't want to be a woman. Why is it that everybody is trying to? Have you guys noticed? And like I said, guys, I don't have anything against the rainbow community or anybody's sexuality. My platform, my platform is a safe place. Okay, it's a safe place. Anybody can be on here, as long as we keep it respectful. Anybody can talk on here, as long as we keep it respectful. Because we don't judge over here. Because I'm not the perfect one. We all fall short of the glory of God. But the thing is, man, like, you got to really, you got to really talk to your kids. Do any of you guys know anyone who is a victim of this type of stuff? Because if you do, you will notice, especially with the P. Diddy case, when a lot of these boys are taken advantage of when they're younger, guys, they end up being a little bit different, especially if it's somebody of the same sex. if you guys notice, like Justin Bieber, you can look at Puffy, because Puffy was a victim as well. You can look at Meek Mill, Freak Mill, always poking his chest out, Stevie J. You can look at Usher. You can look at all them dudes that's involved in that stuff, and they all have one thing in common. They are trying to be over masculine. And that normally happens when you have been a victim of what DJ Akademiks was trying to do, of grooming somebody. And I'm going to tell you why. As men, we're natural hunters. It's the thrill of the chase with us, and we're dominant. But you got to understand the mindset. When a man have took you down that road and have groomed you and have taught you to do all these things, not only do you get something called Stockholm syndrome, but you also, with Stockholm syndrome, if y'all don't know what that is, that's when somebody is doing something real messed up to you, but you learn to like it. Actually, you learn to love it and associate yourself with that person. Like, so what I'm saying is, for these men who's out here touching on these little kids, on these boys that I just mentioned, they learn to love it. You see, Usher is still sitting up under P. Diddy to this day, because when you're being intimate with someone, it starts to feel good. You start to like it. Meek Mill, same thing. But all these guys have something in common. They're trying to be over masculine. Now, when these men are trying to be over masculine, right? You can't really blame them, because understand this. Oh, for sure, Neiman Buckery, for sure. And pedophilia is the number one is the number one problem in the world, because everybody want what they can't have, man. It's like taboo. Um, but what was I saying? Yeah, so what you have is, so imagine this. Imagine the psyche. You have a grown man who's normally used to being dominant. Or if you take a kid, he don't even know how to be dominant yet. He's still learning. And he has somebody making him submit, bend over, right? Being a power bottom, take that, take that, take that. Okay. Now, how do you even in your right mind, right? How do you even in your right mind go back to your woman, go back to your partner and tell her, hey, baby, bend that thing over? Like, your manhood has been taken. You're confused because somebody been making you do that. And now how you don't even have the nuts to even tell nobody, go do that. So what do? They start, all these people that I'm talking about, they start getting a bunch of tattoos. Look at Kodak Black. Kodak Black is another prime example. Kodak Black is another prime example of somebody who got touched. The tattoos, the drugs, they trying to their mind is cloudy as hell. Why? Because they're trying to forget everything that they done been through. You understand what I'm saying? And so, since I got grown folks in here, let me be grown for a minute. And like I said, a lot of this stuff, for those of y'all who have signed up for memberships, I'm gonna be dropping members videos where I tell y'all some stories, man, that I cannot put out here in the open. But I promise you, behind that closed door, you're gonna get every juicy detail. Because like I said, you dealing with somebody ex-law enforcement, ex-street, ex-street, accepted some money, accepted a little bit of money from some prostitutes, you know, build businesses. And man, I'm a man. I love the Lord. I've been delivered from all that. I like to work out. But anyway, so you have all these men now confused. They don't know what to do. Now, I don't know if you notice or not. I don't know if you guys notice this or not. But do you notice that it's a lot of women nowadays that they always hanging out with their bestie? And then you have these men who always with his homeboy. You notice that? Now, I'm here to tell you, as a man, you don't have to worry about your woman cheating on you with no man no more. See, the man is not valued. Conversation is valued, but the man ain't valued. The women, and I know plenty of women, their whole thing is now, I'll be a pillow princess. And if y'all don't know what a pillow princess is, go look it up. I'll be a pillow princess. Educated lady, by you educated lady, let me know you from. Make sure you ain't from Louisiana. Coach, I was very protective of my boys. My husband and I would tell our boys not to let anyone stand in their space, touch their bodies. They're now 22 and 26, and they're fine young men. Hey, shout out to you, by you educated lady. And I love that name too. And like she said, you have to talk to your children because guys, it's this is an epidemic, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why it's an epidemic is because of it's because oops, excuse me. It's because of these right here, these phones. See, if I had young kids nowadays, they wouldn't have no phone like this. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I got a call. But anyways, when you're dealing with these phones, guys, my kid wouldn't even have no phone. My kid wouldn't have no phone. And here's why. Because these phones with all these different apps, man, this is a pedophile's dream to get up on this social media and be talking to y'all kids, in these chat rooms, in these DMs, and pretending to be somebody that they not. And every parent, like, by you educated lady, born in Louisiana. Okay, my family's from Delhi, Louisiana, by you lady, and Shreveport and Monroe. Everybody don't go through their kids' phone. Some people they give their kid this phone right here to just raise them. So this phone right here is a one-way ticket for you to just do all the deviant stuff that you want. But it ain't, like I said, it ain't just the men. So you got to be talking to your kids nowadays because these kids are trying to imitate everything that they see on social media, and instead of embracing God first. So now, if your children are at home, and I don't mean no disrespect to anybody's parenting, but if you're not teaching your kids to put a higher power first, right? If you're not teaching them to put a higher power first, okay, then they're gonna believe anything that comes their way. You dig what I'm saying? They're going to believe this man or this woman when they tell them, "Oh, you're cute. Oh, you're pretty. Oh, well, let's go here." You know, they're gonna test the waters. It's almost like Adam and Eve, man. When the snake came up and told Eve, "Go ahead and try the fruit. You won't be deleted if you eat that." So people test the waters. So yeah, you got to definitely be talking to your kids. Let me see this. Larry Bird says the problem is that the parents don't teach their kids anything. They let their kids raise themselves. Absolutely. Hold up. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, guys. Um, Yeah, they don't. They don't teach their kids anything. They're letting their kids just raise themselves and all that stuff with these phones. But you know, and the parents themselves, they using this phone. They sit on this phone each and every day. The first thing they do is get up and swipe. Well, that's the same thing your kids are doing. The first thing your kids are doing are they're getting up and they're swiping to have a casual conversation with somebody. That's the first thing they're doing. They're waking up in the morning, they swiping this phone because when you can swipe that phone, and now you got 1,000 people telling you how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, how this you are, how that you are, because you're not getting this stuff at home. So the kids are definitely raising, I mean, the phones are definitely raising the kids. I'm a Grambling grad. I grew up in Manville, across the lake from New Orleans. I heard of Delhi. Okay, yeah. But yeah, so you know, we got to take guys. We have to take more responsibility within ourselves, you know, on raising our kids and talking to our kids. Because, like I said, the idols, you know, it says in the Bible, man, they worshiping the wrong idols. Now, like I said, this gentleman with DJ Academics, you know, imagine this kid is on a Discord. Imagine you on a Discord. Imagine you in a chat room with your favorite singer that you like. I'm your favorite singer right now. I'm your favorite actor, and now you're talking to me, and now I start sex playing you. I start telling you all this weird stuff like DJ Academics did. Hey, speak on it, Gina. It is. Some people like to get on this phone and get some and get some attention, get some attention before they even, you know, say their prayers and brush their teeth. But like I said, this is why, you know, your kids are making these social media people their idols. Because when I was growing up and you asked me who my hero was, I would tell you my mother and my father. But nowadays, no disrespect to nobody parenting, but if you most kids, if you were to ask those kids, who's your idol? Who do you look up to? They're not even gonna say they parents. They're gonna say these people, you know, these people, these actors, these stars, these rappers. Hence all this Puff Daddy stuff. If all these kids and adults were not trying to get something from who they call an idol, they wouldn't be going through the things that they going through, y'all. And to get and to get real deeper, nobody's talk. Why is it that nobody's talking about the diseases getting passed along? Nobody through all of this, ain't nobody talking about no condoms. You know, when we talk about all the stuff that's been happening with P Diddy and the baby oil, and even with these kids, I want you guys to know something, man. Guys, ain't nobody using no condoms. So let me give y'all a little story, man. Let me try to give y'all a clean story about when I was law enforcement. When I was law enforcement, part of my area that I had to work in was where the county hospital was at. It was in the hood where the county hospital was at. So that meant anytime something happened at the hospital during my shift, I had to go. Well, I had to go to this room frequently. They're never mentioned. So I had to go to this room. I had to go to this room. I have to frequently go to this room right inside the emergency room. And in that little room, that's where they bring all the little kids. Now, guys, this is a trigger warning before I tell this story. So if you're sensitive, you might not want to listen. I'm gonna clean it up as best I can because at the time my daughter was very young, so it affected me greatly, just so you know. But in this room, I used to have to go in here and I had to see these pictures of 2-year-olds who had herpes, 1-year-olds who had gonorrhea, right? I even, how can I put this? Um, I even had to see a baby one time that was unalived. Now, and I'm gonna tell you how the baby got unalived. So let's just say, for instance, let's say for instance, let's say for instance, a baby is this long right here. Let's say they're this long. Let's say a baby's this long, right? This is the length of a baby. Well, when I have to see something that's this long inserted inside of that child, and I had to look at stuff like this, and the child died from that, it leaves you, man. It really just burns you up to let you know what's going on out here in the world, man. You know, a lot of these guys, man, a lot of these men, I call them late bloomers. They was in high school, they never had a woman, they couldn't get a girlfriend, they couldn't buy one to save their life. And so now they start getting a little older. You know, they get a couple dollars, they got a better car, they got shiny stuff. Little kids love shiny things. Little kids love shiny things. And the first thing they want to do is they want to go out and they want to find them a nice little kid. Now I don't know if you guys been watching the news on YouTube and watching the trial. I can't remember the little girl's name in Detroit. I don't want to mess her name up. Matter of fact, it's better that I don't even say her name. They're very sick. I don't even want to say the little girl's name. But you have a 41-year-old man on trial for, sexually assaulting this woman and deleting her. And they can't find her. He's on trial as we speak. I'm sure you guys know about it. Well, the thing is, you have some women out there, that are so desperate, and nothing against the women. I have no knock against the women. Because guys, I was a full-time single father for quite some time. Full-time single father. So you have some women who are so desperate to have a man in their life that they just let anybody around their kid. And in this case, this man was dating this little girl's aunt, had 7 kids with her, while he'd been sleeping with her 13-year-old niece. So he'd been sleeping with her since she was 12. So as they're reading the text messages in court, guys, Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it real clean here. The text messages between him and her are like, man, there's some grown folk stuff. He had groomed her well, just like DJ Akademiks was trying to groom this little 15-year-old kid. The text said, hey, why don't you go upstairs and give my auntie some of what she needs so she can act right, and you come downstairs so I can sit on it. Now, this is what this 41-year-old man have taught this 13-year-old girl to do and talk about. And to this day, she's missing. And so if a lot of you don't know, if a lot of you guys are not abreast with the law, in order to be arrested for deleting somebody to catch the case of murder, you don't always have to have a body. Here in Nevada, you don't need a body. Some states, you don't need a body. See, a lot of people think that if they disappear somebody, that they will never get caught, and they don't have enough evidence to put you in jail, but they do. Most states, you do not have to have a body when a person is missing. And in his case, it's all coming out. But the thing is, his family is the one. Her family is the one that really failed her. Being all of her family, they failed her. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, when it's going on at home, you expect a stranger to try to do these types of things to people, but you don't expect the people at home that's meant to protect you to do this. See, now I'm gonna have to give y'all another story, and I'm actually gonna make a video about this. So I really didn't want to leak the story, but I will. I got invited to a church probably about a year and a half ago. I got invited to a church. And when I got invited to this church out here in Las Vegas, the pastors, he's my age. You got the first lady, nice looking couple. Well, after the first Sunday that I went there, the first Sunday I went to church, the following Friday, they was on the news. The pastor and his wife were on the news. And what they were accused of, they were accused of molesting three girls from the church, three of them. One of which was the pastor's own 14-year-old stepdaughter. So being his wife's daughter. And in this case, what they did was, because they got arrested, they got arrested twice. So I'm gonna tell you about both arrests and the circumstances. When this first arrest, with all three of the girls, the pastor was preaching to them that, sex is bad. You should not have sex. If you have this feeling, you should get a toy. So the pastor, get this, y'all, man, y'all not even gonna believe me. I don't even know if I want to tell y'all this. The pastor, along with his wife, went and got some toys. And the pastor, along with his wife, used them on his own daughter over 30 times while his wife was present. They both used them on their daughter and two other girls from the church over 30 counts. So that was their first arrest. That happened in last April. That was last April. Larry Bird, my fiance, my brother, she's around. Yeah, it's sick, guys. It's real sick, man. A lot of women, a lot of people don't talk about it because people don't believe you, or they think that you're this bad person, and so on and so forth. So people don't talk about it, man. Especially a lot of young men. Okay, so Bayou. Okay, so if you heard that story, so now here's the rest of the story. Later on, so that was in April. So in August, they got rearrested. Well, hold on, let me back up. I'm moving too fast. When they got arrested the first time, okay, on a Friday. So I figured when I got to that church on Sunday, I said, you know what? They're not gonna be up in here. But sure as the sun gonna rise tomorrow, they were sitting up in church and she was standing by her man, but you could tell she wasn't feeling it. She didn't want to be standing up there. And I have never been to church where I saw 99%. I think I'm the only person in that church that did not go to altar call. He had them people's minds so gone, talking about what he didn't do and crying. The man cried crocodile tears for 45 minutes, but not one tear dropped out of his face. Right? I'm watching him. You got people in the aisle vomiting. You got people running up and down the aisle, throwing up, passing out because they praying for their pastor. Right? Now, I don't judge nobody. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge you. As long as you can give that word, hey man, you're here to just give me a word. And whatever you have going on in your personal life is between you and your maker at the end of the day. So that was that day. So now when I left church that day, this is how God worked. I have a cousin who works for the county. She looks up paperwork. And so she asked me, she was like, are you still going to that church? Do you still go to that church? And I'm like, I went twice. Yeah, I went today. She said, well, guess what? I saw the paperwork and he said he did it. He admitted it on his paperwork and he has some more charges coming out. And I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, I read the paperwork. He has more charges coming out, him and his wife. And he admitted that he did it. So based off of that, man, I'm a man of character, not reputation. I had to obviously cut ties with that place because now it's confirmed of what's going on, right? So now August rolls around. August rolls around. They were both rearrested again. So let me tell you, they was arrested for this time. They had a side spot. So they had a house and they had a little side apartment that was, see, this is where people be messing up too. They had a side apartment that was in their name. And I'm not telling y'all how to get away with stuff. This is educational purposes only, and this is a real conversation. I ain't telling nobody what to do, but they had a side apartment, a side apartment, and where they was taking more underage girls, but they really was pimping these girls out. What we see, they are, and not at my church, Larry Bird. And like I said, that's not my thing. I don't have nothing against it. It's just not my thing. I don't swing that way. I don't agree with it, and I just leave it at that. I don't have nothing against nobody, but I just, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And that's just where I'm at with it. I don't want to offend nobody or anything like that. I don't use any derogatory words like that. I mean, shit, my daughter like girls. So believe me, that's just what it is. But hey, like I said, a sin is a sin. So I try not to itemize sins like people do. Well, back to the story. So now they had this side apartment, and what they doing with the side apartment, they was basically pimping these young girls out. Because at the side apartment, they had other older men who would sit back and pay to watch the first lady from the church play with the teenagers, with the girls, and then they would all join in after they got started. That was case number 2. Boom, got arrested again, right? So at the end of the day, they took a deal for all these sex charges, had to step down from the church and all of that stuff because, guys, the flesh is weak, man. And I'm going to tell you, as a man, for you women in here, I need y'all to know something. It takes a very, very strong man to turn down that cookie y'all got. It takes a very strong man, especially if you've never been with a beautiful woman and you never had it your way, to not do these things, man. That's a sickness. No, they actually, Larry Bird, they got probation. They actually got probation. That's what they got. Because with your first offenses out here, you get probation. And then a lot of that stuff, Larry Bird, what it boils down to is, you have enough for probable cause to make that arrest. But now it's a lot of people, out here in Vegas, what they're going to do before you go to district court is where you have your trial at. You're going to go to your preliminary hearing. That is where they say it's almost like a mini trial. And they say, hey, you know what? You're accused of this, and this is the evidence that we have. We got all this evidence right here. And that's where they normally offer you a deal. Before they waste the court's time, they basically give you a chance to say, hey, we got these videotapes, we got these witnesses, we got all this. Do you want this deal? And most people, because they know that they have done something, they take the deal. Because they know if they was to go to court, they're going to get crucified in court and get a whole bunch of time. So yeah, first offenders took the deal. It's a lot of this going on, man. When you're dealing, when you just you ladies in here, I want y'all to know something, man. When you're dealing with a man is only going to communicate with a woman or child that he feels that he can hold a conversation with, and in some cases that he thinks that he is smarter than, that he can run game on. Not all of us men, not all of us men, some men, these perverts, they like the fact that, they can get a younger woman, they can groom her to teach her, to do whatever it is they want and have their way with her until she get pregnant. That this is what they do. So, with DJ Akademiks, see, for him to be as big as for him to have a platform as big as his platform is, like as big as his platform is, he should never have gotten on there doing that. That means that he's done that before. He just ain't got caught. Maybe he was drinking. I don't know. But I find it awfully funny that he wouldn't even have his camera turned on. Maybe he was over there pleasuring himself, because I don't know if you guys are abreast with the sexual assault laws, but sexual assault, especially here in Nevada, and it's like this in most states, it doesn't have to be oral, vaginal, anal. Sexual assault is when any part of your body enters another part of somebody's body unwillingly so that you can get some type of gratification. So if I took my finger and I was playing in your ear and like, ooh, I like that, and you didn't like it, that's sexual assault in Nevada. That's no different than if you laid it down. These laws are real tricky, man. So what are we gonna do? How do we solve all this? Because we got 8 minutes left on my live. How do we solve this problem? I want to ask you guys in the comments, how do we solve these problems? Because we talk to our kids, right? We tell our kids what's happening, but y'all know, like I know, our kids don't listen to us. They would rather listen to somebody else than listen to us, because we as parents, we don't know nothing. We ain't never been through nothing. We don't know nothing. So how do we solve this problem, people? Education. Let me see. Take them phones away. Definitely take them phones away. But and you know what, Cornelius, with them phones, like I said, if I had small kids, guys, my kids would have a flip phone. They wouldn't have a smartphone. A child, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, what you need a smartphone for? Because the smartphone, this is why, no disrespect to nobody kids. That's why this is the dumbest the smartest, dumbest generation. And I say the smartest, dumbest generation because they have everything at their fingertips, artificial intelligence. But it also is a bad thing. If you don't know how to read and spell, the phone does it for you. If you don't know how to do your math problems, the phone does it for you. So how is that really helping you out? If it was me, when my kids were younger, yeah, no social media. But see, Tank, check this out, Tank. The kids have gotten slick. The kids have gotten so slick to where they know how to take your name. They know how to take your name. They know how to take your birthday and make them a social media. Oh yeah, and we definitely got to talk and check in with them daily. Because I want to tell you guys something. I just think about it. I want y'all to humor me for a minute. Just humor me for a minute. And if I'm wrong, tell me. I'm not into myself, man. I'm not here for everybody to agree with me and see it my way. But I'm gonna tell you my experience. Okay, I did not know. I mean, as men, come on, man. The first person that we see unclothed is our mama. Everybody mama gonna walk around like that around their kid. The first thing your mama do, man, when you a little kid is come in and take her bra and get the movement. So that's the first thing we see. Now the first thing that I saw to that nature was a magazine that belonged to my dad. So when I see this magazine, I see that man, woman can do certain things. Okay. Then I see movies where man, woman can do certain things. They'll use their friends. So I'm looking at man, woman can do things, right? So let's pause this for a minute. What if you have your kid and their first experience is, let's say you have a boy, and the first magazine that he sees is something from the rainbow community. The first time he's touched is in an inappropriate way from the rainbow community. The first video that he sees is from you know what? Thank you, Shirley, because that's why I give it. Because like I said, my background is in law enforcement. I done did some street. I done did a little bit of everything. I got a whole fly ass testimony. Like it's ridiculous, and I'm just trying to give back and be of service to as many people as possible. That's why I got to get you guys on my membership, because if you guys really want to hear some stuff, you got to get on my membership. You have to get on my membership so I can at least once a week I can give only my members an exclusive live, and I don't have to keep trying to correct myself. I can actually say the things that I want to say that's going to really blow your mind. But okay, you from the north? Hey man, I be in the north. I be in the north, man. I be in the north. That's right, Tank. Tank, you got to stay tapped in. You out of the north, man. That's right. I be in the north. And thank you too. Much respect to you too, King. That's where I be at, is in the north. I be everywhere, but yeah, Tank, I went to El Dorado High School, bro. My first day of high school, which was back in 1990, August of 1990. Somebody from the hood, bang bang, somebody from the 40 block, right here 2 times, right in the middle of the lunchroom. My very first day of high school at El Dorado. Never forget it. But yeah, like I was saying, in the conclusion, what I was saying is, you got to talk to your kids, especially these boys and girls, because guys, their first experience could be with somebody. The first thing that they see, hear, somebody or experience could be something of the same sex. And because they don't know anything different, they think that's okay. And it's not okay. Oh, okay. See, hey, Tank. See, I'm not lying, bro. I was right there, man. I was right there. I was right there when it happened, sitting in the lunchroom. That was my very first day of high school. That was my very first day of high school. I was like, damn, this how they doing it? But yeah, like I said, you got to talk to your kids daily to see what they're looking at, because Trump has now came out with these laws to where he's not recognizing other sexes. He ain't recognizing non-binary, transgender. It's man or woman. I totally dig it, because if I had kids, by you exactly, you're trapped with that first time feeling. So the thing is, if the first time that I am touched or engaged by a man, That's all I know. And I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Guys, Fleece Johnson. If you get on Fleece Johnson, man, you talk about Fleece Johnson. Fleece Johnson, they call him the Booty Bandit. He has a page on here. Fleece Johnson went to prison when he got locked up when he was 13. He went to prison when he was 14. And like he'll tell you, the first person I kissed was a man. The first everything he did was with a man. So that's all he knew. Oh yeah. And hey, Larry Bird, and out of active duty in the military. I saw that today. And active duty in the military for the war. I saw that this morning at the gym, bro. He doing all that. But yeah, man, hey man, other than that, man, I'm gonna wrap it up. I just want to get on here. I want to talk to you guys about this epidemic that's going on. We're gonna have many more videos. If you guys really like this live, throw a 7 up in the air. Let me know if you was feeling it, because I have many more. Like I said, I have other pages. If you're a woman and you want to tap in and you would like to be interviewed and be a part of my other page, if you get hold up, Larry, I'm gonna answer that in a minute, Larry Bird. If you're a woman and you want to be a part, if you would like to get interviewed on this platform right here, this same one, but we'll just have your picture up here. We'll be dialoguing back and forth. But the thing is, I ain't asking no questions that's gonna get nobody locked up. Ain't gonna be nothing that's gonna get you sent to jail. But we are gonna ask grown folk questions, and I do expect everybody to keep it 1,000 with the answer. So if that's man, thank you. If you go to my homepage, I have membership packages. If you go to my YouTube studio, and I have membership packages, because ultimately what I want to do is for my members, at least, and I actually put a poll. If you're a subscriber right now, if you go look in my on my community, you're gonna see I posted a question yesterday. It was just for my members. Well, no, you ain't gonna be able to see it. It was just for my members, and I was asking them, would they rather have an exclusive video where I give these stories, which I wouldn't rather do the video. I would rather do a live, because if I give my members a live, I don't have to censor anything. You know what I mean? I don't have to censor anything. I can use all the words. I can tell you exactly, like I can tell you about all the people that I found deleted when I was a policeman. I can tell you about the women who legs was up on the computer like this with the computer chair, watching some movies that she shouldn't have been watching, and she died, and she had a toy about this long right here. She had a toy about this long that was inserted with her hands on it, and she was dead in rigor mortis, and she had been like that dead for like 2-3 days. I can tell y'all a lot of stories. I can tell y'all all the stories about some of them are heartbreaking, man. Some of them will make you cry. But I can give you all the good stuff, man, when you become a member. Trust that. My email is right there. My Cash App is right there. For those of y'all who do super chats, I'd rather you send a Cash App. If you're going to, my email is down there. I do consultations, and man, we do a consultations. Please don't get in your feelings, because it's nothing personal. I just want people to be the best version of themselves. I want people to be great, and I'm just trying to do my part to make it great. Because like I said, I also have a fitness channel. I lost 122 pounds in 1 year. 122 pounds in 1 year naturally. I'm swole as hell right now. Went from fat to fit, so I know how it is to be fat. I have a spiritual channel, which I read scriptures on once a day. Reaction channel will be up. But yeah, if you're a woman and you want to get interviewed, get in my email, let me know. We're going to get a phone call. We're going to talk about it, and then we're going to get it up here, man, and we're going to make it happen and make this channel pop. because remember, it's y'all channel too. Because you taking all your time out to sit here and kick it with me when you could be doing anything else. Can you dig it? But other than that, do anybody have any questions before we end this live? Because I want, man, hey man, may God bless all your families. May he bless you with his traveling grace. That if you coming home from work, that your family get home safe from their destinations, because there's a lot of crazy people out here. Because matter of fact, somebody I know today was on their way to work, and due to road rage, somebody in their leg, and I don't even know how they doing right now, people. I don't know how they doing right now. Oh, Lamar. What you want to know about Lamar, Larry Bird? What you want to know about? I can talk about Lamar. I can talk about Lamar. Yeah, you can sign to be a member. And if you do, let me know. Like hit my email and let me know so I can go check it, and I can shout you guys out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, King. I appreciate that. Well, yes, the victim got one of that victim got a hold of me, but I'm gonna tell you with the whole Lamar thing, bro, I'm leaving that alone. You may see me go in there and say some things, like he made a video that I do want to reply to, but just so you guys know, I never had no beef with Dante's network. Just so you know, I never had a beef with Dante's network. I am a fan. It was just purely a misunderstanding because I saw Lamarck's video. I saw his documentary years ago. I think I seen that thing like 15 years ago. I saw so many versions of that documentary, right? You know what, Larry Bird? I don't know what he is. I can't say that. I'm not gonna speak up on him. I know I'm not. And if y'all know me, I just worry about me. But to each his own. If y'all feel that way, then you shouldn't deal with people like that. You shouldn't deal with anybody you shouldn't deal with anybody that puts you in a bad headspace. But I'm letting you guys know I didn't have no problem. Dante is actually a pretty cool dude, man. He's a great businessman. And it's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that he's a part of and helping with. But my problem was with Lamarck because I saw that interview many, many, many times. Like I said, man, I'm actually let me tell y'all something. Let me give y'all a tidbit. Let me give you a tidbit of something. Let me give you a tidbit. Okay. Let me tell you something about body language and Lamar. Okay. When somebody asks you something, if you find yourself looking down to the right or looking up to the right, that's the side of your brain that's trying to go through a mental Rolodex to recall the story that really happened. So basically, what I'm telling you is when somebody's like looking down to the right and you ask somebody something, they be like, they trying to go through their mental Rolodex. But when they look into the left, they're using the side of their brain that's imaginative. They're trying to make up a lie. When you ask your kids something, they be like, and they roll their eyes up to the left and they telling you a lie. It's pure body language. I went to school for this stuff. And with the whole Lamarck issue, guys, ain't no grown man. See, if you look at the video he made when he made a video today talking about how come nobody's talking about the little black kids that come to prison and helping the kids and all that. But he says that he lied to help the kids. I mean, I'm gonna make a whole video about that, but I'm not gonna like roast him or nothing like that. I'm just gonna respond to his video. But dude is not telling the truth. He had eyeshadow on, his eyebrows were arched. You could tell he was lusting on his interview. He probably had an erection while he was doing the interview. And he didn't, and wasn't no YouTube, so he never thought it would come out, but he still can't explain why he had eyeshadow on. Even at the end of the documentary, it showed a picture of him and he was looking like a woman. He was in drag, basically. His hair was slicked down, his eyebrows were arched, And it even said at the end of the documentary that when he was transferred, he chose to live out the rest of it. He chose to live as a woman. I mean, hey, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, this is what he said. He said this on a documentary, people, not me. But other than his daughter doesn't have anything to do with him. Yes, I mean she does it, and it's because and you know it's because she found out what was really cracking with him. You know what I'm saying? She found out what was really cracking with him. I'm like, man, my dad really do this stuff. And that's instead of and guys, this is what I'm telling you. You don't owe anybody no explanations in this world. I just told y'all this is a safe place. If you're gay, lesbian, transgender, whatever you are, as long as you're respectful, you're welcome in here. You know, if on my fitness page, if you're morbidly obese, hey man, Coach One Stack love you, man, because I was obese. I know how you feel. I know how to get the weight up off of you. When I'm interviewing these women on my women page, hey man, ladies, ain't no offense. We just gonna be talking about issues that in the dating world. You know, I may ask some of you ladies, hey man, has a man ever asked you to insert your finger somewhere? I may ask you that because it's letting you know what's out there and what's going on. Because guys, STDs are forever. And the worst thing in the world that you can catch is not HIV. They got medicine for that. But yeah, guys, what's sad, he gets to make money off the lives right now because he's bringing on YouTube. He does, Tank. And the thing is, you notice, see, if you notice with this YouTube thing, Tank, it's really a big old game. And I don't know, man, have y'all liked this live? Are y'all liking it? Because I need these likes up, guys. Because I'm gonna be doing a lot of streaming for y'all, man. Like I told you, you know, I moved. I had to get my office together. You notice I'm not in the kitchen no more. I'm getting my office together. It's gonna be real fly up in here. So, you know, I got all my tools to bring y'all the content that you need. But you know, with the whole YouTube thing, you notice every day that they're speaking. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video about this stuff about Lamar, and you're gonna see it get thousands of views because that's just what they own. See, you got to think about it. Whether you getting negative attention or positive attention, it's still moving your algorithm. So it's gain. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no problem with Lamar. I just wish you would tell the truth. Guys, if you are man enough to bend a man over and do your business and get your due, as he said, or grab two handfuls of cheeks, as he said, you should be man enough to say it. Because I'm gonna leave y'all with this right here. Good evening. I'm gonna leave y'all with this right here. And I don't know if y'all know this, but fellatio and cunnilingus is the biggest form of submission when you dealing with a partner. Just so y'all know that. That'll be on my dating channel. So that means that as a man, psychologically, when you'd have made another man bust down to his knees and get your just due, you mentally just wiped his manhood away. You understand what I'm saying? See, this is why when you're making somebody get on their knees and get down, they have to look up to you. Just like when your kids speak to you, they have to look up to you. If you ever been to court, the judge's bench sits up high, so you got to look up to them. You got to look up to God. See, and that's a psychological thing. So if you have to look up to me, that gives me a psychological advantage to you, whether I was looking down on you. Because when you're looking up to people, hey man, that puts you in a position of power. And it's nothing that makes it makes a man feel good to break another man down, to get down on his knees and do whatever, by hook or by crook, whether they was gonna grape him or not. But we both know it happened. That's why his friend JD died from HIV that he caught in prison from using drugs. Sharon, what's up, Sharon? Sharon, you gotta hit your notification bell. So when I drop content, I've been dropping hella videos. Hey, right, that's right, Manny. It's gone. And see, guys, if you guys aren't familiar with your manhood being gone, say you go to prison, man, you 18 years old, your manhood get took. Your manhood gets taken. Now you 20 years old when you get out. Whenever you go back to prison, you are always considered a boy. No, I ain't never stopping sharing. I actually have 4 channels. Let me tell y'all my channels. Look. Okay, look. Hold up. One Stack Fitness. Fitness channel. Then you got one standing ahead of Christ, aka One Stack. Spiritual channel. Y'all got this channel, and my reaction channel. Y'all don't need that yet because I haven't started making reaction videos. So yeah, I have 4 active channels, and I'm about to have 5 because the next one is going to be called Casual Conversation with Coach One Stack, and that's why I bring the ladies on here and we talk about dating and all that stuff, and some, you're gonna see a lot more lives. You definitely gonna see a lot more lives. So where we at? But other than that, guys, I need y'all to know something. I appreciate you watching this live. My time is up. Guys, if you not subscribed, subscribe, guys. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping content. Okay. Also, my information is in the banner down there. Cash out. If you need to email me for whatever consultations, you can hit my email. I'm also going to next live, I'm going to put my business line in there. So when people, you need to hit me on my business line, you're going to be talking to me. And now we can talk about our interviews and everything we need to talk about. We ain't got nothing to hide around here. Can you dig it? But other than that, what I want you guys to do is have a beautiful day. It's time for me to cook dinner because I got some household chores to do. Can you dig it? Because I gotta eat. But other than that, man, y'all have a blessed day. And thank you for watching me. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and keep on watching, man. I got you. Build your esteem of self through thinking and not drinking, because it's all about one stack, because it's only one standing ahead of Christ, and that's God. Have a good day.